What's up, man? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going over some cases that's hot off on the DOJ presses today. So make sure you go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe while you at it if you ain't already subscribed, man. And let me know what you think of the content. Much more content to come. I'm trying to get more consistent with it. So without further ado, let's get into these stories. The Justice Department, together with the Consumer Protection Safety Commission, or CPCSC, today announced the filing of a civil enforcement action against Stanley Black and Decker Inc. For allegedly violating the Consumer Protection Safety Act. Black and Decker is a global provider of hand tools, power tools, outdoor products, and related accessories. The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland alleges that Black and Decker knowingly failed to immediately report to CPSC information about potential hazardous defects and unreasonable safety risks associated with certainty of its utility bars and meter saws. Uh, as to the utility bars, which are multifunctional tools used for ripping, prying, and wrecking. Uh, the complaint alleges that soon after Black and Decker began manufacturing the utility bars in December of 2015, it began receiving numerous reports directly from consumers and through a national retailer that the bars had broken unexpectedly during use, snapping back at the user, and in some cases causing serious injury despite notice of the incident. Black and Decker failed to report this information to CPCS until May of 2019. Between 2019 and 2022, Black and Decker received 100 reports about its saws, rear protective guards, and plastic deflectors breaking, including reports of injuries such as lacerations to consumers' faces and fingers. Despite numerous of those incidents, Black and Decker failed to report this information to CPSC until June of 2022. It says that the Justice Department together committed enforcement protections. Consumers must report safety issues and consumer products immediately as the law requires to prevent unnecessary injury or death. Sorry, people. Uh, this coordination federal action will protect consumers, and acting chairman Peter A. Philman of CPSC, we will not hesitate to use the full weight of our authority, especially when dealing with repeat offenders. So that's coming out. That came out today, December 22nd. Um, Let me see. We also have CEO of healthcare software company sentenced for $1 billion fraud conspiracy. An Arizona man was sentenced Friday to 15 years in prison in order to pay more than $452 million of restitution um, for conspiring to defraud Medicare and other federal health care benefit programs of more than $1 billion by operating a platform that generated false doctor orders used to support fraudulent claims for various medical items. This just sentence is in the result of the largest telemarketer Medicare fraud case ever tried to verdict. Um, Said acting assistant attorney general and Matthew Gelante of the Justice Department Criminal Division. Tele, tele, Telemedicine scammers who use junk mailers, spam calls, and the internet to target senior citizens, steal taxpayers' money, and harm vulnerable populations. The criminal division will continue dedicating substantial resources to fight against uh, telemedicine and medical equipment frauds that drain our healthcare benefit programs. Let's see what they say down here. It says, according to court documents and evidence, presented at trial. Gary Cox, 79, of Maricopa County, was the CEO of Power Mobility Doctor RX LLC. Cox and his co-conspirators target hundreds or thousands of Medicare beneficiaries who provided their personal identifiable information and agreed to accept medical, unnecessary, uh, orthopedic braces, pain creams, and other items through misleading mailers, television advertisements, and calls from offshore call centers. Cox and his co conspirators owned, controlled, and operated DMERX, an internet based platform that generated false and fraudulent doctor's orders for these items. As part of the scheme, Cox connected pharmacies, durable medical equipment, suppliers and marketers with telemedicine companies that would accept illegal kickbacks and bribes in exchange for signing doctor's orders, transmitted using the DMERX platform. Cox and his co-conspirators received payments for coordinating these illegal kickback transactions and referring to the completed doctor orders to the DME suppliers, pharmacies, and telemarketers that paid kickbacks and bribes for the orders. It says that. Do they say anything? It says that the fraudulent doctors ordered DMI's Dr. Ray to explain. In fact, purportedly, properly, uh, just call that. And we got another one. A cello man, a cello a, a, oh my god. No, I'm not going to keep trying to say that. Sentenced to life in prison for conspiring to commit a 9/11 style terrorist attack on behalf of Al Shabaab or Shabaib or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Uh, Chalo was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison following his conviction for multiple crimes that include conspiring to providing material support to a foreign terrorist organization and conspiring to murder U.S. nationals, commit aircraft piracy, destroy aircraft, and commit acts of terrorism. Transcending national boundaries. Today's sentencing following Abdullah's conviction after a jury that concluded on November 4th of 2024. Today's justice have been served, said Assistant Attorney General of National Security John A. Essenberg. Abdullah and Al Shabaab terrorists sought to replicate the most horrific terrorist attack in our history, and he prepared to hijack a commercial airliner to take down a building on U.S. soil. We thwarted this plot due to the relentless efforts of U.S. law enforcement and thereby likely save many innocent lives. His life sentence is a powerful reminder that those who plot against attacks against the United States will be prosecuted and punished to the fullest extent of the law. It says that Abib was a highly trained operative for Al Shabaab, who was dedicated to recreating the horrific September 11th terrorist attack on behalf of a vicious terrorist organization. Abdullah pursued his commercial pilot's license at a flight school in the Philippines, where conducting extensive attack planning on how to hijack a commercial plane and crash it into a building in America. As he later admitted to the FBI, he was fully prepared to die for his terrorist attack. I commend the years of outstanding investigation work of the FBI and the career prosecutor of this office who disrupted Abdullah's murderous plot and brought him to face justice in U.S. courts. He will not spend decades behind bars. All right, people. All right, all right. They talking about who these people are. These are this is a terrorist organization affiliated with Al Qaeda, based in Somalia. So this man was Somalian, people. So this was a Somalian man wanted to do this, and I guess that'll be it for me. Uh, three big cases coming out of the DOJ that I think you should be aware of. That's me. I'm out, I guess. See you next time. Peace.